This is the Samaria, we see here Ma'ale Adumim.
But this will never happen, according to Daniela Weiss, a founder of the settler movement. In the 1970s, Daniela Weiss would regularly meet Ariel Sharon, then Minister for Agriculture, to plan settlements so no Palestinian state could emerge. You and Ariel Sharon were determined there would not be a Palestinian state.
With my many talks with Ariel Sharon and with my work with Ariel Sharon, there was a clear understanding, a very clear planning of spreading the Jewish communities in the way that there will be no option for a Palestinian state in Judea and Samaria.
Despite international condemnation, settlement growth is surging. If a Palestinian child said to you, what is the hope for me, for my future, to have my own state, what would you say to that child?
This land was promised to the Jews by God, and all of it. It's true that in the course of history, Arabs came to this area from all over, but the promise of God is more important than the changes in history and the political changes. That is why you have to put it deep, deep into your mind that you do not have any chance whatsoever in any point of history, neither you nor any of your offsprings, to ever have an independent state of your own here.
Eddie Hassan, and tonight at the Oxford Union, I'll be going head-to-head with the man who until very recently was the chairman of the influential Yesha Settlers Council in the occupied West Bank. So just to be clear for all of our viewers, you live in a West Bank settlement called Ma'ale Shomron, I believe.
That's correct.
And for you, that is the heart of Israel.
Yes, I live in a Judea and Samaria settlement called Ma'ale Shomron, yes.
So what you call Judea and Samaria, what the world tends to call the West Bank, is part of Israel proper. There is no distinction in your mind between the state of Israel and the West Bank and presumably Gaza too.
From a substantive point of view, there is no distinction. No.
It's all Israel.
Yes.
So what I'm confused about here is you often in this debate hear spokespersons for the Israeli government say that the Arabs want to wipe us off the map, the Iranians want to wipe us off the map. Where do Israel's borders on that map end, in your view?
In the Jordan River. But, you know, the fundamental question that you should ask, or I should answer in order to this dialogue does not turn into a dialogue of the deaf, is that we have the full political and moral right to live, to build, to flourish in Judea and Samaria.
We'll come on to this.
And that's the fundamental question.
You're referring to the number of settlements, illegal settlements. Your settlements are considered illegal under international law.
Not by me.
No, by international law.
Well, that's a matter of discussion.
That's not a matter of discussion.
It is a matter of discussion.
Perhaps for you and your settler friends. For the rest of the world, there's really no discussion.
No, I mean, show me the tribunal that have decided that. And
I believe it's called the International Court of Justice.
Ruled
in 2004 that settlements were a violation of the Fourth Geneva Convention. Dr. Ghada Kami is a Palestinian academic and author. She was forced to leave her family home in 1948. Ghada, Danny says he respects your national aspirations. What have you heard so far?
My national aspirations, you respect them, do you? I see. Well, the way you would respect them is by getting out of my land. That would be the best illustration of how much you respect my national aspirations. I find you fascinating, Mr. Dayan. I really do. I can't understand how you have such self-assurance. A man who was born in Argentina, whose family comes from the Ukraine, and is actually wanting people, sensible people, to believe that he has some connection with my country. But there's another point I want to put to you, since you respect me so much. Tell me, to many people, you, despite your eloquence, represent nothing other, you and your fellow settlers, nothing other than common thieves. You live on stolen land, you drink stolen water, you eat stolen fruit, you farm stolen farms.
On what grounds, then, do you say you have a right to be in the West Bank when the international community says you have no right to be there?
As I said, it is my homeland.
You're from Argentina, I believe.
Yes, yes, but as a Zionist, I believe that every Jew should, of course is entitled, but should live in the land of Israel. That's, as I said, the national liberation movement of the Jewish people. And the fact that this is the cradle of Jewish civilization. I mean, it seems even funny for me that they have to explain why it.
Do you ever feel bad, uncomfortable, guilty even when you see that in order to return, lots of other people had to leave against their will, some of whom are living in refugee camps?
Well, I am not sure they had to leave. They left. Therefore, no, I don't feel any, remorse or burden on my conscience.
Again,
we are
if
talking
tomorrow
about
the
reality.
Palestinians accepted whatever piece of land you deign to give to them to have for a state, would you accept a Palestinian state?
I will answer very simply. I would oppose it.